Welcome to this episode of Civilization Without Borders. I like to talk on police compliance, service, and protection. They are doing an amazing job, a majority of them. However, a few elements give a public impression of wrong compliance from the police corps. The community, I want the police corps to understand, fully appreciate, and they totally understand that they cannot do or they cannot function well without functioning police corps. So we appreciate the service they render every day, putting their body in harm's way on a daily basis. We truly appreciate what you guys do. The incredible service you guys render in all sorts of weather, day in, day out, night, morning, day, in different kinds of crime scenes. You guys know it in and out. All sorts of lies, the kind of stories that we formulate in order to get ourselves out of dangerous situations. Serving the public, the community every day, the same community in which you belong, is an honorable job that some take it with all their heart, though a few elements take it for granted. This is truly a recognition for your know-how and for your commitment. Serving the public knows no boundaries. You go all out. It doesn't matter what does. Whether it's teaching a kid, whether it's getting people out of dangerous situations, bad driving, even when we sometimes think that we are cool, we are okay, you're still there to make sure, double verify, to make sure that we are safe and the people around us are safe. There is no mission I can think about beyond the police corps. There's no boundaries to what service they can render. I like to, however, focus on some of the issues that break down in the relationship between the community and the police corps. When did it go sour? The impression of force, use of force, the presence of arm, the physique of the presence of the police corps is terrifying. And I believe the police understand that. And they don't use this negatively. When is the limit? Where is the limit when we define the use of force? A human being should not be treated like an animal because he's truly a human being and not an animal. Use of force is only in extreme cases of non-collaboration. The police need to understand that it is not their physique, it's not their strength that gives them the power. It is the law that the community has put into their hands. And by that, they should understand that the community fully gives its support to them. The administration fully gives its support to them. However, they need to do something about their training to fix their mindset. Here are some of the problems identified within the police corps. The clear lack of purpose and mission. Who are they working for? The wrong mindset instead of community-oriented, short in qualification during the recruitment process in terms of ethics, inconsistencies in procedure. There's no standardization within the division and across divisions. There's no global network between divisions. To understand the problem of purpose and mission, the question should be asked, who are they working for? What are they working for? It's to serve the community. That's it. Not working for the government. This goes into the next one, mindset, having the wrong mindset. The training should have as objective to give a product that is rendering service to the community. So user of your service, the community, user experience is your top goal. With the problem of qualification, the question should be asked, are you getting the right candidates in? This is a psychological thing. You should screen people through the recruitment process based on ethics, criminal record checks, background checks, all this stuff. Do they fit? Are they race? Do they have racist tendencies? All these things can be avoided upstream to prevent chaos downstream. When it comes to procedures, it should be standardized. There is no reason. Human beings are human beings everywhere across communities. What should be done from one division to the other should produce exactly the same outcome. One officer to another within the same division should give the same outcome. Or one officer executing on person A and person B should give the same outcome. And lastly, on standardization, this goes particularly to leadership. There is poor accountability from that end. They define, they create the task and delegate to the rest of the staff. So the outcome of their services, they should take responsibility for that. And lastly, global network. There is no proper network between divisions and across cities. So with all this in mind, what is the solution? Here comes. First and foremost, we all understand this. Peace is not the absence of conflict. Rather, it is the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means, not that peaceful means by Ronald Reagan. Police dare not be the initiators of conflict or propagators of conflict. The focus of the police corps should be directed to maintaining peace, to be very simple and basic. This is a mindset that they need to have. This is a service they render to the same community to which they belong. Don't forget, police are themselves not immune to violence, but also very important, the community has a role too. They need to understand that they need to support the police. I wish I could find a simpler expression for that, but this is the simplest I could get. Police is a community vanguard. Service and protection is all about the community. People come from all walks of life into the police corps, and we understand the level of difficulty. But a lot can be done upstream that can limit a lot of drama downstream. From the very entry level, a lot of screening in terms of ethics, oath-taking, accountability, character check, criminal checks, racist tendencies. These are all things that time needs to be put into the interview process. Training is the most crucial here and begins with leadership. Everything begins and ends with leadership. Leadership is supposed to keep the highest standards and ethics. They create, define, and delegate tasks. The rest of the staff, they just execute. So more accountability on the leadership. They should determine the quality of training, whether it should be a refresher or a retraining. Civilization is a progress, and therefore things are constantly changing. Refresher should be mandatory for everyone. Retraining, those staff that have some records of misconduct need to be completely retrained. This is very, very crucial. Mindset is everything. It has to be determined whether the mind is ready to handle conflicts. Some staff may suffer from misconduct, cross behavior, things like racism, diversity issues. They are like a misfit, to put it that way. So this kind of staff will need a complete retraining. Just like a computer program, when it is corrupted, it needs to be totally formatted, not a refresher training, complete retraining. At the end of a training, a police staff should understand that they have a service and there is a user for that service. User experience is the most important. They need to understand that it's a work in collaboration. It's not about force. They don't get their way because of the force. They get their way because of the law that the very community has put into their hands. So they use it judiciously. Specialization can help in a lot of ways. First, it will help deploy staff into communities where they are most compatible. And second, I believe most important, it will help the more senior and experienced staff be deployed in crime scenes and keep those who are less mature and less experienced away from those crime scenes. This way, crime scenes will be managed more efficiently. Here's what diversity can do. In the police corps, it will help first with specialization. Diversity can help you make you more acceptable and more compatible with the community in which you serve. Diversity, believe it or not, will help solve a long-standing problem of racism. Progressively, diversity is capable of phasing out racism. On a last note, I just wish I could reiterate this more to the police, on the leadership particularly. Your procedures are not sound. People are watching you. What you do, there is a lot of discrepancies. You have to have reproducible procedures that from one staff to the other, it should be the same outcome. From one city to the other, it should be the same outcome. Thank you for watching Civilization Without Borders. We have a strong commitment to bring clarity to the public because we believe that lack of clarity has been responsible for a lot of wrong decisions and wrong choices. We have a fundamental philosophy that all human beings are equal. All human beings are first and foremost social beings, that human beings deserve a better quality of life. And the last one, that what affects one affects